Welcome to Caching Waves. This is the Cardano update. Just wanted to give an update since last video. A few things changed on the micro. But first of all, just wanted to show you on the daily. This is my primary count. Have us coming down in the ending diagonal. Alternatively, we have in gray here a flat correction where we're still in a larger correction before further downside. But because of the weakness of the waves, we seem to be following the ending diagonal. And we have targets that line up in confluence areas. Now, first of all, we had a 5-wave move up. It was pretty much a perfect Elliott wave. We hit the 1.618 extension for our third, came out of our trend line, and our fifth finished right inside the trend line. As you can see, right like the one-to-one. These retracements here were perfect as well, as long as you alternated between linear count, which came between the 50 and the 618, and log scale for our fourth wave between the 0.236 and the 382. Now, a few confluence areas here. The big one is the 618. You can see it here. It's the retracement of this wave to the upside, looking for the 0.618 retracement. That's there at 12.75 cents. That's the zone area we're targeting for a pivot to the upside. A few other confluence zones for that is the 1.618 extension of our A wave off our B wave, coming down in our ending diagonal. And further on, I will be able to extend this ending diagonal to line up with that eventually. But at the moment, we have the 618 extension of our wave 1 in the ending diagonal, which starts up here, down at 16.6 cents, come up, overlap for our fourth, come down, and the target is 12.61 for the 786 of our fifth. As you can see, that's quite a confluence zone with 3 targets lining up there. But right now, looking for a little bit of further upside on the micro before this next move down. Going down to our micro charts here, working on our third wave of this ending diagonal. We had a 3-wave move here, came up between the 50 and the 618 of this down move, looking for, we have a 3-wave move here, looking for a 3-wave move up, and another 3-wave move down for our third as a double zigzag. Now on the hourly chart, if you watch my last video, I was looking for this move up to the upside as either a triangle pattern or a expanded flat, where we get a 3, 3. We're looking for 5 waves up here. Might end up being a WXY complex correction. So I'll probably have to relabel that as a WXY. I'm going to do that now. Keep that in white. First of all, we're looking for a move up. We still haven't gotten it, but it's most likely still coming. Move this down to this area. I believe this wave has bottomed here and we're going for our upside now. In the triangle version, which I will highlight here, I was looking for a triangle. We didn't come up as far as expected. Usually we expect a triangle to come at least the 618 to the 786 of the previous wave. As you can see, we just nicked the 50 at 25.75, expecting it to come a little further. So probably don't have our C wave in yet. So we'll have to extend that out a little bit. Something like this. So this correction may take a little more time to finish up. And that is my primary count on ADA, is we're getting a triangle, but really it's pretty close to 50-50 whether we get a WXY where we make a higher high than the W, or the triangle, and then we're looking for downside after from here. or from up at the Y level up here, further downside. Now this has been a pretty annoying correction to count. First of all, we consider this as an A or a 1. We had a flat here and we're expecting some follow through here to finish up. Didn't get that. Didn't get our ABC here. Now this could be our ABC here. It didn't come quite to the 1-to-1, I don't believe. Let me double check that. That would be that top pivot off here. No, we came between the 618 and the 1-to-1. It's valid, but it's not the target we want. I'm even considering, because this looks like 5 waves down here, as you can see. 4, and then we got a flat here, or a triangle, came down 5. It looks like 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like it on the micro. So one thing I'm considering, let's just make sure it's valid. This is clearly not a 1-2. Let me just see if this is valid. I'm wondering if this is actually a B wave and we have a running flat, expanded flat for our B wave and a C wave down here. Yeah, that seems like it could be valid. Let me just double check. So we'll take our pivot. If this is our A wave, we want it to be between the 1.236 and 1.382 to be a high probability B wave. See that in white. There's our background color. Yeah, we hit right in the area we'd expect. And all you do is take the extension of our first wave, put the 1.236 and 382 there, and that's the area we would expect a expanded flat or running flat to come to off the first wave. So I think this might actually be what's happening. Let me just explain here. So this would be our A. B is actually over here, and looking for our C wave here in 5, because we started with 5. And what that looks like is we have our A, B, C. That's for an A wave, 3-wave A wave. And then we had a expanded flat here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks good for our ABC. And then we came down in 5. So this looks like a expanded flat in itself, which would look like this. A, B, C. Let's go down a degree here. And then we get our 5 waves down for our C wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that looks good. Fits for our B wave. And we'd look for a next wave up to finish our C wave in the triangle. This would just be a zigzag in itself. A 5, 3, expanded flat, and 5 waves up for our C between the 60 and the 786 of this previous wave. Alternatively, the only way I could see this not being a WXY if we go up is if this somehow ends up being a ending diagonal. We'd have an A, B, or B would have to be over here, C. But this is 5. No, I like this count way better. I think this is my primary currently. Just doing this roughly with you guys. So last video I got into the setup. Check my average price real quick here. I got in at 24.45. 24.45. Let me get that. It's on a different exchange that I got it in. So I'm just double checking. 24.45 was my entry. It's right around this area. My stop loss is at 23.65. Obviously a little lower than this previous pivot, but this is on Binance. I'm not trading on Binance. I have my stop set on this previous pivot and looking to take profit between the 618 and the 786 there. It's going to be tough to run extensions off this just because of where that A wave finished. But I would look between the 1-to-1, the 1.236 and the 1.382. We'll put those in orange so that lines up with our triangle. So between the 1.236 and 1.382, again, you'll want to line these up on your own exchange if you're trading this. So right there, I'll probably take a profit just before the 618 between the 1.236 and the 1.382. But we can pivot at the 1-to-1. We'll just have to pay attention to the size of these waves that fill out. But it looks really good now as a expanded flat here. We got a 3-wave expanded flat and 5 waves coming down. Next move expected to the upside here in 5 waves. Before getting our D wave and a triangle and our E, if this ends up happening. The reason why I have this as a triangle is I believe we're getting a fractal. If I show you on the daily, for our first wave down here as an ABC, we end up getting a triangle here, which is looks very similar. If you pay attention to that on the daily, move down to the 4-hour, very similar structure. So I believe that's just a fractal. But our alternate is we get our WXY and then come down for further upside. So either way, I believe the next move is up, whether we just get our 618 or we go a little higher. My expectation after that is to short from this area or once we get our E leg in the triangle. So that's what I got for you guys for Cardano. It's looking really good. Make sure to subscribe if you want further updates on this. I will be updating every time there's a significant move, usually multiple times a week. But as of right now, that's my trade setup. I have an average price of 50. I got a long at the 38250 and the 618 of this up wave, our A wave, and looking to take profit just before the 618, which is at 26.27 cents currently. Not looking to short directly after that. I would let our D wave play out, but I would look to short the E leg once we get it. So that's it for Cardano, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you want updates for this. And again, this isn't financial advice. I just show you what I am doing in the trade setup. All right, thanks for watching, guys.